You wake up the same way every morning, same face in the mirror, same name, same body, and yet the version of you that snapped at someone yesterday feels like a stranger today. The version of you that made that decision 5 years ago seems almost unrecognizable. You call it growth. You call it change. But what if something stranger is actually happening? What if the self you call you is not one thing at all? This is not a philosophical riddle. It is a scientific one. And the answer changes everything you think you know about who you are. Your brain does not experience you as a single unified being. It never has. Neuroscientist Michael Gazzaniga spent decades studying patients who had their corpus callosum severed, the thick band of fibers connecting your brain's two hemispheres, and what he found was not two halves of one mind. It was closer to two separate minds sharing one skull. In his split brain experiments, the left hand of a patient could literally not know what the right hand was doing, and the two sides would give completely different answers to the same question without either side knowing the other had spoken at all. Think about that. Two answers. One person. Or so you assumed. Your left hemisphere is the part that narrates. It is the part generating the running commentary in your head right now. The voice that says, I. The voice that ties your memories into a story that makes you feel continuous. Gazzaniga called it the interpreter. It watches what your body does and immediately constructs a reason. It confabulates. It fills in the gaps. It tells you why you did what you did, even when it genuinely does not know. The interpreter is extremely convincing, but it is not the whole story. Psychologist Timothy Wilson at the University of Virginia spent years studying what he called the adaptive unconscious, a vast mental system that operates completely outside your awareness, processes millions of bits of sensory data per second, makes quick decisions, shapes your preferences and your mood and your social judgments, and never once tells your conscious mind what it is doing. Your conscious self, Wilson estimates, is aware of roughly 40 bits of information per second. The adaptive unconscious is handling 11 million. You are not driving. You are sitting in the passenger seat, narrating a journey you did not plan, and yet you feel like the driver, every single day. Now consider what happens to the self over time. The Greek philosopher Heraclitus said, "You cannot step in the same river twice. The river keeps moving." In 2005, neuroscientist Alvaro Pascual-Leone and colleagues demonstrated that the brain rewires itself in response to experience with a speed and thoroughness that should make your head spin. Your neural pathways are not fixed infrastructure. They are constantly being built, pruned, and rebuilt. The brain you use to learn to read is not the same brain reading these words right now. Your body is doing something similar. Most of the cells in your body are replaced over time. Your gut lining replaces itself roughly every 5 days. Your red blood cells cycle out every 4 months. Some neurons in your cerebral cortex have been with you since before you were born. You are a ship of Theseus built from living tissue, and the question philosophers have been asking about that ship for 2,000 years turns out to be just as unanswered about you. Which part is actually you? The self you call yourself also shifts depending on context in ways that should feel more unsettling than they do. Psychologist Hazel Marcus at Stanford spent decades studying what she called possible selves, the multiple versions of you that exist as mental structures in your brain simultaneously. There is the you that fears failure, the you that imagines success, the you that performs competence in a meeting, and the you that crumbles alone at 2 in the morning. These are not moods. They are not performances. Marcus found that these possible selves actually drive behavior, shape motivation, and compete with each other for dominance depending on the social environment you walk into. You become a slightly different person in every room you enter. Not metaphorically, neurologically. When you step into a room full of people who know you as capable, certain neural structures activate. Your posture changes, your language patterns shift. Your memory selectively surfaces experiences that confirm that identity. Step into a room where someone doubts you, and the self that emerged so confidently moments ago retreats. A different architecture takes over. Your heart rate changes. Your vocabulary contracts. The you in that room is measurably different from the you who just walked in. Social psychologist William Swan at the University of Texas called this self-verification. You don't just want people to see you positively, you want people to see you consistently. You will actually seek out people who confirm even a negative self-view.